Can we see the fashion?
Over the shoulder now.
Let's see the outfit one time, Bianca. Let's see the outfit.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Shkrets. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like my vibe, because on this channel, we keep it real, raw, and unfiltered. All right, guys, let's get into it, because what went down at the Grammys this year? Whew, it was a mess. And once again, Kanye West, Ye, and his wife Bianca Censori made sure all eyes were on them. But at what cost? In case you somehow missed it, Kanye and Bianca pulled up to the Grammys, and while Kanye kept it relatively low-key, Bianca showed up wearing nothing but a sheer, mesh-like covering that did absolutely nothing to conceal her naked body. The fur coat she had on? That was just for show because she let it drop, exposing everything. Let's be clear, this wasn't just a risque outfit. This wasn't pushing fashion boundaries. This was full-on public indecency, and it was broadcasted to millions of people, including children. Let's be real, this wasn't just another fashion stunt. This was calculated, attention-seeking, and downright disturbing. Bianca showed up to a globally broadcast event basically naked. And before anyone tries to act like it's some revolutionary high fashion moment, stop. This wasn't a dress. This was straight up public nudity disguised as art, and in a setting where kids could easily be watching. And let's talk about that. Why wasn't she arrested? Since when did public indecency become acceptable because it happens on a red carpet? If this were a black woman, the law would have handled her differently. The privilege is glaring. Now, this isn't just about her lack of clothing, it's about what it represents and the message being sent. The Grammys have always had their controversial moments, but this felt like the latest level up in the ongoing game of how far can we push the envelope before people finally say enough. And the scariest part? A lot of people didn't even blink. That's the world we live in now. I mean, let's put this into perspective. Imagine any random person, let's say a school teacher, a doctor, or even just a regular woman, showing up to an event like that fully exposed. They'd be arrested for public indecency. They'd lose their jobs. There would be outrage. But somehow, when a celebrity does it, we're supposed to just nod and say, "Oh, that's fashion? That's art." And let's not forget, this is Kanye, the same man who once preached about modesty, Christianity, and the over-sexualization of women in media. The same Kanye who refused to greenlight New Body with Nicki Minaj because he had evolved as a Christian man and was in his gospel era. The same Kanye who was once uptight about Kim Kardashian wearing and promoting tight clothing when they were married is now parading his new wife Bianca around naked, with nothing left to the imagination, as if she is on auction.
Kim is a Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview magazine and put her ass out while she's a 40-something-year-old multi-billionaire with 4 black children. And this is how fashion wants to, how they want to present her. And I had a lot of issues with the imagery of Skims. I felt like there's a lot of imagery that was overly sexualized and things that I wouldn't want to see my wife and definitely not my daughters doing in the future in order to sell product. Showing a body off, showing this, showing that. And I didn't realize that was affecting like my soul and my spirit as someone that's married and loved and the father of like now with about to be 4 kids. Of course, it's like a formal underwear. It's hot. It's like, it's hot for who though?
So like the night before the event, you're gonna come in here and say that you're not into a corset bun. Give me really bad anxiety. What are you talking about?
Why is that giving you anxiety to say that?
Because you knew last night I was having really bad anxiety and I don't need any more negative energy for you to now say that you're not into me wearing a tight dress.
You are my wife and it affects me when pictures are too sexy.
You built me up to be this like sexy person and confidence and all this stuff.
What happened? What kind of descent took place here? How did he go from Sunday service and preaching about morality to parading his wife around like a pimp showcasing his property? What's worse? Kids were there, kids were watching. Is this how he allows Bianca to dress in front of his own children, North and Saint, and the other 2 kids he has? If not, why does he think we need to see it? I thought the Grammys were supposed to be a show for all ages. So, why was this allowed? This is repulsive on so many levels. This is grooming. It's not just about Bianca and Kanye's desperate need for attention. It's about the slow, calculated erosion of boundaries. It's about conditioning the public, especially young people, to see hypersexuality and public nudity as normal, even desirable. When you keep exposing kids to this, when they grow up seeing celebrities get away with blatant indecency, it shifts their perception of what's acceptable. It makes the extreme look ordinary. And Kanye, the same man who once spoke about protecting his daughter's image, is now contributing to the very thing he claimed to fight against. This isn't just reckless, it's dangerous. And let's talk about the Grammys as a whole. We've seen a major shift in how entertainment is marketed, and at this point, it's clear nothing is off limits. The fact that this display was allowed and even celebrated in some circles says a lot about where we're headed. Once upon a time, award shows were about talent and creativity. Now, they're just a battleground for the most outrageous, most attention-grabbing stunts. It's no longer about the music, it's about the spectacle. And let's not pretend that Kanye and Bianca didn't know exactly what they were doing. This was a performance, a shock tactic. And while the internet exploded with reactions, what's more disturbing is the underlying message it sends to young people. That you have to be shocking to stay relevant, that class and decorum don't matter, that pushing boundaries is the only way to make a statement. And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Kanye is currently facing sexual misconduct allegations. You'd think he'd tread carefully. You'd think he'd avoid putting himself in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. But nope, he doubles down. He takes it a step further. He drags his wife into it and makes her a spectacle, as if trying to prove a point or enact some twisted punishment for the sins of Kim. Whatever is going on in his head, the world does not need to be subjected to it. So I have to ask, where does it end? When do we finally say enough? Because right now, it feels like there's no line left to cross. And if this is where we are now, what's next? But hey, that's just my take. What do you guys think? Are we being too sensitive, or is this a real issue that needs to be called out? Drop your thoughts below, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button if you like my vibe. Until next time, bye guys.